Sam Elliott, the voice, the mustache, the legend. For decades, he's been the face of Western grit and quiet strength. Fans grew up watching him ride across dusty plains and speak tough truths with that deep, calm voice. But behind the cool cowboy image, things haven't always been easy. He's faced public backlash, fake death rumors, and lately something even more personal. A confession. Not to a co-star or a studio, but to his fans. And what he said in it left many in tears. Join us as we dive into Sam Elliott's personal life, the many facets of it, as well as uncover the emotional message he left. A tough beginning and a dream that wouldn't let go. Sam Elliott was born on August 9, 1944 in Sacramento, California. His mother, Glennie, was once a state diving champion. Later, she became a teacher and physical training instructor. His father, Henry Nelson Elliott, worked as a predator control specialist. Both of his parents came from El Paso, Texas, and one of Sam's ancestors even served as a surgeon during the Battle of San Antonio. When Sam was 13, his family moved to Portland, Oregon. He spent his teenage years there and finished school at David Douglas High School in 1962. After that, he started college at the University of Oregon. He tried studying English and psychology, but left after just 2 terms. Sam came back to Portland and joined Clark College in Vancouver, Washington. That's where things began to shift. He played Big Jewel in a stage version of Guys and Dolls. His acting stood out so much that the local newspaper said he should be a professional actor. After finishing his 2-year program, he returned once again to the University of Oregon. But when his father passed away from a heart attack, Sam left college for good. That moment changed his life. He was only 18 when he lost his dad. It hurt deeply. Years later, Sam shared, "My dad died thinking I was a total idiot for wanting to be an actor. It was painful, but it pushed him forward. That motivated me." Sam said, "My father was a good, practical man, but he came from a different time. He didn't give up on his dream. Even when his father told him, 'You've got a snowball's chance in hell of having a career in Hollywood,' Sam didn't stop believing. But belief alone wasn't enough. Before Sam Elliott ever held a script, he held a shovel. His Hollywood story didn't begin with red carpets or lead roles, it started with hard labor and grit. Life in Los Angeles wasn't easy in the beginning. To make ends meet, Sam took construction jobs, pouring cement to pay the bills. Oddly enough, that job laid the foundation for his future in film. One day, while helping a family friend on a cement project, fate stepped in. That friend turned out to be an assistant director. He invited Sam to visit a film set, and just like that, Sam got his first real glimpse into the world of movie making. "My big break came from pouring cement," Sam once joked. Shortly after, he landed his first film credit in the 1969 classic Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. His role? A card player with a single off-camera line. Just a shadow on the wall. But for Sam, it was everything. He was finally on a real set, watching legends like Robert Redford in action. That, he later said, was the real thrill. From there, small opportunities began to come his way. He popped up in shows like Judd for the Defense, Gunsmoke, and Lancer, where he played Renslow for a few episodes. He even had a part in Mission Impossible, not as a lead, but as a presence on a major show, and that mattered. Then, in 1972, he landed a memorable gig as the cowboy walker in Falstaff beer commercials. His rugged looks, deep voice, and laid-back demeanor made him a perfect fit. It felt like the role was written just for him. True stardom was still ahead, but the building blocks were in place. His real breakthrough came in 1975 when he played Charles Wood in the TV film I Will Fight No More Forever, a drama based on Chief Joseph and the Nez Perce tribe. In this powerful role, Sam moved beyond the cowboy archetype, showing depth and emotional strength that caught the industry's attention. The following year, he starred as Rick Carlson in Lifeguard, a quiet but meaningful film about a man reassessing his life. The movie received mixed reviews. Variety called it unsatisfying but acknowledged Sam's performance, noting his appeal and potential. Not all projects were winners. In 1974, Sam took a lead in a TV pilot where he played a character competing in a motorcycle stunt contest. The concept was bizarre, and despite initial buzz, CBS passed on turning it into a series. Years later, someone told him the pilot had resurfaced on YouTube. His reaction? F me. But Sam isn't the kind of actor to run from past misfires. He laughs about them. He owns them. He moves on. Through the ups and downs, audiences never stopped connecting with him. There was something undeniable, his voice, his quiet strength, the sincerity in his words. He wasn't just playing roles, he was living them. In the late 1970s and early 80s, Sam began to earn recognition as a compelling character actor. In the 1977 miniseries Aspen, he played Tom Keating, a role that gave him more screen time and complexity. By 1981, he starred in Murder in Texas alongside Farrah Fawcett and Catherine Ross, his future wife. In 1985, he joined Cheryl Ladd in A Death in California. And in 1979, he teamed up with Tom Selleck for The Sacketts, based on the novels of Louis L'Amour. Audiences loved their chemistry, so much so that they reunited in 1982 for The Shadow Riders. These Western-themed projects suited him perfectly. His look, his voice, and his composed energy made him a natural fit. Then in 1985, he joined Cher in the film Mask, showcasing his emotional range. He also played a strict but loving father in Prancer, 1989, revealing a softer, more tender side to his screen persona. During this era, he also made guest appearances in numerous television series, Felony Squad, Gunsmoke, Lancer, and Hawaii Five-0 among them. He starred in many made-for-TV movies too, including Buffalo Girls, 1995, where he portrayed Wild Bill Hickok. In 1986, he took the lead in Gone to Texas, playing Sam Houston, a leader whose life spanned governorship, alliances with the Cherokee, and the fight for Texas independence. Sam portrayed him with both fierce courage and political savvy. Then came 1989's Roadhouse, where he played Wade Garrett, the wise and weathered mentor to Patrick Swayze's character. It was another signature tough guy role, but Sam's depth made it memorable. In 1991, he and Catherine Ross shared the screen in Conagar, a romantic western that delighted fans with their chemistry. But the early 90s would bring Sam two of his most iconic roles. In 1993, he played Brigadier General John Buford in Gettysburg, delivering a dignified and grounded performance in the historical epic. That same year, he starred as Virgil Earp in Tombstone, a western loaded with star power. Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, and yet Sam's calm, commanding presence stood out. Then in 1998, he appeared in The Big Lebowski. His screen time was brief, but unforgettable. As the stranger, a laid-back, cowboy-like narrator, his deep voice and soothing tone elevated the film's quirky storytelling. It was a role that left a lasting impression, proving that Sam didn't need a lot of dialogue to make an impact. He continued choosing roles with care and purpose. In 2002, he played the hardened Sergeant Major Basil Plumley in We Were Soldiers, and in 2003, he joined the superhero world as General Thaddeus Ross in Hulk. These weren't leading roles, but they carried weight. Sam brought gravitas, emotion, and strength to every performance. His voice commanded attention. His presence lingered. In 2005, he took on a role with a dark twist in Thank You for Smoking, playing a former cowboy-turned-spokesman who now battled cancer after promoting cigarettes for years. It was a sobering, thought-provoking performance that only someone like Sam Elliott could deliver. Then in 2006, he surprised audiences again, this time as the voice of Ben the Cow in the animated film Barnyard. It was a surprising turn, hearing that iconic voice coming from a cartoon cow in Barnyard, 2006, but somehow Sam Elliott made it feel profound. That deep, gravelly tone brought weight even to animation. The following year, he ventured into the superhero world with Ghost Rider, portraying Carter Slade, a mysterious figure with a legendary past. He also showed up in The Golden Compass as Lee Scoresby, an adventurous and daring aeronaut, holding his own alongside heavyweights like Nicole Kidman and Daniel Craig. Though his screen time was brief in Up in the Air, where he played a composed airline pilot, Sam's presence lingered in viewers' minds. Then came Parks and Recreation, where fans were treated to a fun surprise, Elliott playing Ron Dunn, the serene, tree-hugging version of Ron Swanson. It was a clever, memorable role that showcased his comedic side. He continued working steadily, lending his voice to Marmaduke in 2010 and taking a small but impactful role as a football coach in Draft Day, 2014. But 2015 marked a big comeback. That year, he appeared alongside Lily Tomlin in Grandma, starred in the tender romantic drama I'll See You in My Dreams, and took part in Digging for Fire. His work in Justified earned him the Critics' Choice Award for Best Guest Performer in a Drama Series, marking the beginning of a renaissance in his career. Sam Elliott's star began to shine brighter than ever, not because he suddenly changed, but because audiences finally caught up with what made him special. On Netflix's The Ranch, he reached a younger generation, holding his ground as a gruff but wise father figure. He also had roles in Grace and Frankie, and voiced Butch in Pixar's The Good Dinosaur, again reminding audiences how powerful just his voice could be. Then came The Hero, 2017, a role that felt tailor-made for him. He played an aging Western actor grappling with his fading fame, echoing his own Hollywood journey. Critics and fans alike saw it as the ultimate Sam Elliott role. Awards circuit put it simply, Elliott is perfect here. That same year, he starred in The Man Who Killed Hitler and then The Bigfoot, a bizarre title, yes, but Elliott's performance was grounded, sincere, and compelling. Then came one of the biggest roles of his career in A Star Is Born, 2018. As Bobby Maine, the weary but loyal brother of Bradley Cooper's character, Elliott delivered a performance filled with quiet emotion and raw authenticity. He earned the National Board of Review Award for Best Supporting Actor, along with nominations for a SAG Award and, finally, an Oscar. When asked about his long-overdue recognition, Elliott quipped, "I think the thing off the top of my head might be it's about *****ing time." Fans wholeheartedly agreed. In 2022, Elliott returned to the Western genre in 1883, the Yellowstone prequel. As Shay Brennan, he embodied strength, grief, and determination in a harrowing journey across the frontier. The role earned him a Screen Actors Guild Award, cementing his reputation as one of the greats still working today. But behind that calm, iconic voice and those steady eyes lies a story few know, one marked by integrity and resilience. In a 1980 interview with the Dayton Daily News, Elliott revealed that he too had experienced the casting couch. Unlike many who stayed silent, Sam spoke openly, saying, "You cannot believe the casting couch stories. I could tell you, the clichés are all true." He said he'd been approached by both men and women in the business and turned them all down. "I'm the one who has to live with the guilt," he admitted. "My conscience is clear, even if my career's not setting the world on fire." His honesty was rare, especially at a time when few male actors acknowledged such experiences. When the #MeToo movement took hold, Elliott was a vocal supporter. In an interview with Variety, he called it the best thing that's happened to Hollywood in a long time. He understood that for some, survival in the industry meant doing whatever it took. But what hurt him the most were the countless young dreamers, those who came to Hollywood full of hope, only to be used and discarded by the system. Sam Elliott never chased fame with shortcuts. He built his legacy with grit, authenticity, and a quiet strength that set him apart. In a town known for illusion, he remained real. And that made all the difference. Sam Elliott has always stood out, not just for his commanding screen presence or unmistakable voice, but for the quiet integrity that's followed him through a constantly shifting industry. While many celebrities chase trends and adapt quickly to the fast-moving world of fame and technology, Elliott has chosen a different route, one rooted in simplicity, authenticity, and staying grounded. One of the clearest signs of that choice? He's completely absent from social media. In a time when most actors maintain a constant online presence, tweeting updates, posting selfies, and sharing glimpses of their lives, Sam Elliott remains entirely offline. No Instagram, no Twitter, not even an email address. In an interview with AARP the magazine, he explained his perspective: "Everywhere you look, people are looking at their hands. In restaurants, it's like you're sitting in a patch of jack-o'-lanterns because everyone's face is lit up by their phone." That disconnect from human interaction is exactly what he avoids. He values real conversations, genuine face-to-face moments, not pixels and screens. And staying offline hasn't dimmed his star one bit. People still recognize him everywhere he goes, not necessarily by his rugged features, but by that voice. That deep, resonant voice is instantly familiar. "My voice gets recognized before anything else," he once said. He discovered the power of it early on, starting out as a tenor in church choirs, later shifting to baritone, and eventually finding his home as a deep bass. "I knew then that my voice would be my instrument. Now, it's become his calling card. And when he wants to slip under the radar, if I want to hide, I just keep my mouth shut," he joked. But it's not just the voice or the roles that people admire, it's also the love story that's quietly endured behind the scenes. A Hollywood romance built not on spectacle but on shared values, real commitment, and decades of devotion. Their story began with a glance. In 1969, Sam Elliott had a small, uncredited part in a film. In one of the bar scenes, he first laid eyes on actress Catherine Ross, already a major star thanks to The Graduate. Elliott, then just a glorified extra, didn't dare speak to her. "She was the leading lady," he recalled. "I was background." Nearly a decade later, fate gave them a second chance when they were cast together in The Legacy, 1978. That time, they finally connected. At the time, Ross was still in her fourth marriage, which ended the following year. In 1984, she and Elliott tied the knot. Their bond was strong from the beginning. In fact, Sam nearly passed on a major opportunity, the film Mask, because it conflicted with their honeymoon. That kind of commitment has defined their relationship ever since. While many Hollywood marriages fade under the pressure of fame, theirs has endured. When asked about the secret to their longevity, Elliott explained, "We have a common sensibility, but we also work at being together. You work past the sh*t. You don't walk away from it." That's how relationships last. Their story isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. About choosing to show up for each other through every high and low. A love story defined not by public appearances, but by private loyalty. And even with all his success, a long and respected career, an iconic voice, and a marriage that's lasted through decades, Sam Elliott has never chased fame for fame's sake. It was never about the money. For him, the heart of it all has always been the work. Money, movies, and doing it for the right reasons, that's how he's lived. Over 50 years in Hollywood, with dozens of roles, critical acclaim, and awards under his belt, Elliott remains one of the few who built a reputation on substance. He didn't play the game. He didn't seek shortcuts. He simply showed up, told the truth, and let the work speak for itself. In a world obsessed with the next big thing, Sam Elliott reminds us what it means to be timeless. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Sam Elliott's fortune sits around $20 million. But if you ask him, that number has never really mattered. In an interview with The Guardian, Elliott made it crystal clear, "I've never done a job for money." For him, it's always been about the story, what the script says, the emotion behind the role, and whether the character feels real. It's not about working for money, he emphasized. It's about what's on the page. That mindset has led him to take roles in small, lesser-known films that didn't break the box office, but he has no regrets. He stands by every choice. Legacy? That's not something he's obsessed with either. While other actors spend their careers chasing how they'll be remembered, Elliott takes a different approach. He's not looking back, and he's not trying to sculpt how the world sees him decades from now. What matters, he said, is how I feel in the moment and who I'm working with. It's all about enjoying the process, being present, engaged, and fulfilled. And if you're not enjoying it, he said, then you're going about it wrong. Then came a line that perfectly sums up his philosophy on both life and acting: sometimes you eat the process. Sometimes the process eats you. That's Sam Elliott in a nutshell. Honest. Humble. Grounded. A man who's never followed the crowd or chased fame just for the flash of it. He skipped social media, laughed at the internet memes about his mustache, and walked away from roles that didn't feel right. Through it all, he stayed true to himself. And that's why fans keep coming back, not just for the cowboy hats, the western grit, or the voice as deep as a canyon, but for the man behind all that. Sam Elliott, the real deal. But his road to success wasn't always smooth. Despite becoming one of the most recognizable faces and voices in Hollywood, with that iconic mustache and the quiet strength he brought to every role, Elliott nearly sabotaged his career before it even truly began. In a 2017 interview with Business Insider while promoting The Hero, he opened up about the early days of doubt and missteps. "I thought I'd ed myself out of a career," he admitted. The Hero marked a turning point. After decades of playing supporting characters, Elliott finally landed a leading role that spoke to his soul. He portrayed Lee Hayden, an aging Western actor grappling with the harsh realities of aging, fading fame, and personal regrets. It was a role that felt like it had been pulled directly from his own life. The film's director, Brett Haley, had previously worked with Elliott on I'll See You in My Dreams, and the two developed a friendship during that project. So when Haley teamed up with writing partner Mark Bash to craft a new script, they had Sam Elliott in mind from the start. "Every actor dreams of someone writing something just for them," Elliott said. "Over the years, I've had people write parts for me, sure, but never a full script where I'm on every page, where it's completely written with me in mind." That kind of recognition, even after decades in the business, meant the world to him. It was more than a job, it was validation. But just as the wave of praise started to rise, a storm was on the horizon. In 2022, Sam Elliott faced backlash after making controversial remarks about a popular, award-winning film. The reaction was swift, sparking headlines and heated conversations. For a man known for his measured words and thoughtful persona, the backlash was unexpected and deeply personal. What followed was a public apology, a reminder that even legends can stumble. Still, through controversy and career twists, Sam Elliott has remained remarkably consistent in one thing: being himself. Honest. Gritty. Grounded. A man who doesn't care for trends or image management. He came to Hollywood not to become famous, but to tell stories. And in doing so, he's written one of his own, one marked not by perfection, but by principle. During an episode of the WTF podcast with Mark Maron, Sam Elliott sparked major backlash with comments about the Oscar-winning film The Power of the Dog. He didn't hold back, calling the film a piece of and criticizing how it portrayed cowboys. But it wasn't just the storyline he took issue with. Elliott also made remarks that many interpreted as discomfort with the film's exploration of sexuality and even questioned the qualifications of its director, Jane Campion, noting she was from New Zealand. His words set off a firestorm. Critics didn't hesitate to respond. Campion herself hit back hard, calling Elliott's take not only outdated but misogynistic, xenophobic, and homophobic. She didn't mince words either. "He's not a cowboy," she said. "He's an actor." Benedict Cumberbatch, who starred in the film, responded more subtly, without naming names. He addressed the larger issue, speaking out against the notion that people should conform to some straight, traditional ideal simply because of where they come from or what they do for a living. In the days that followed, Elliott realized the weight of his words. During a Deadline event, he publicly apologized, acknowledging the harm his comments caused. "I wasn't very articulate about it," he admitted. "I said things that hurt people, and I feel terrible about that." He was especially remorseful toward the LGBTQ+ community. "The gay community has supported me my entire career, friends at every level, on every set. I'm sorry I hurt any of those friends and anyone else by the words I used." He didn't stop there. Elliott extended a personal apology to the cast of The Power of the Dog, calling them brilliant actors, and specifically addressed Benedict Cumberbatch. "I can only say that I'm sorry, and I am." Sam emphasized that while he meant to critique the film itself, he failed to express himself clearly. His apology was heartfelt, even if it came after the damage had been done. But just as the controversy began to settle, Elliott found himself caught up in another bizarre moment, this time, not because of something he said, but because of something completely false, a viral rumor that he had died. In August 2023, social media lit up with shocking headlines claiming Sam Elliott had passed away. Fans were stunned. YouTube was suddenly filled with videos titled things like "Sam Elliott Tribute" and 10 minutes ago, Sam Elliott's final goodbye. Some even included dramatic thumbnails displaying his birth year, 1944, next to 2023, as if to confirm his death. The hoax spread fast. One video added to the confusion by saying, "Let's keep Sam Elliott's legacy alive and kicking," blurring the line between tribute and obituary. Twitter and Facebook were soon flooded with reactions. While some users questioned the legitimacy, many believed the fake news, especially since a few media sites, like Sportskeeda and The Sun, picked up the story without providing any credible source. But here's the truth: Sam Elliott was, and still is, alive and well. The rumor was completely false, originating from unreliable YouTube channels like Ripples in Time and Celeb Breaking News, both notorious for spreading celebrity death hoaxes. These same channels had pushed similar fake reports about stars like Mike Tyson. They even used recycled language from previous death hoaxes, with lines like, "He joins the long list of celebrities who have been victimized by this hoax," and "Stop believing everything you see on the internet." Identical phrases had appeared, word for word, in fake death reports about other stars. Even the site MediaMass, well known for distributing bogus news, appeared to be fueling the misinformation. Once again, Elliott became another victim of the internet's rumor mill, a stark reminder of how quickly false information can spiral out of control. In the end, Sam Elliott didn't need to say or do anything to shut down the hoax. The facts spoke for themselves. The man is still very much alive, still working, and still embodying the same honest, grounded presence that's defined his career for over 5 decades. Believe it or not, this wasn't the first time Sam Elliott had to deal with a fake death story. All the way back in 2019, another rumor made the rounds online, falsely claiming he had died peacefully in his sleep. But just like in 2023, the story was completely made up. Sam Elliott is not only alive, he's thriving. Back in the saddle. Despite the hoaxes, the headlines, and even controversy, Sam isn't slowing down. He's heading right back to work, returning to television in the highly anticipated second season of Landman, an original series on Paramount+. The show is the latest creation from Taylor Sheridan, the mastermind behind hits like Yellowstone and 1883. Fans will remember Sam's powerful performance as Shea Brennan in 1883, a rugged cowboy carrying the weight of a tragic past while guiding settlers across the plains. His return to Sheridan's universe in Landman marks another exciting chapter. This time, he's not just making a cameo, he'll be a full-time series regular. Landman takes viewers deep into the heart of Texas, shining a light on the people working behind the scenes in the oil and gas industry. At the center of it all is Billy Bob Thornton, playing Tommy Norris, a character written specifically for him. These landmen negotiate directly with property owners, securing mineral rights, navigating high-stakes leases, and balancing the demands of billionaires and energy giants. It's gritty, high-stakes drama, and Sam Elliott fits right in. While the specifics of Sam's role haven't been made public yet, excitement is already building. His history with Sheridan and his gift for bringing raw emotion, stoic strength, and quiet intensity to his characters make him an ideal match for the series' tone. So here he is, after decades in the spotlight, after weathering storms both personal and public, Sam Elliott continues to do what he loves most, act with purpose and integrity. His journey hasn't always been smooth, but he's stayed true to himself through it all. Now we want to hear from you. What's your take on Sam Elliott's no-nonsense approach to life and Hollywood, even when it leads to controversy? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around for more unforgettable stories from the heart of Hollywood.